Hey there. Time for our daily lectionary readings for Monday, December 13th. Through the magic of technology, you're watching this when I'm actually on the road somewhere probably between Kansas and Texas. You know what time of day you're at this. Isaiah 11, 1 to 9 today, in place of a psalm. A few times during the Advent season they do this. They put a piece of Isaiah instead of a psalm. I'm going to treat this as a psalm. So tomorrow's reading will be the message, and Wednesdays will be, well, depends on whether I'll look at a couple different ones. I'll look at the Holman Christian Standard. I'll look at the Common English, New Living. I'll look at a few different ones to see which one treats the poetry a little more gently. So Isaiah 11, 1 to 9 instead of a psalm. Our Old Testament is Numbers 16, 1 to 19. And then our New Testament is an epistle. It's Hebrews 13, 7 to 17. And this is a cold reading today, guys. I haven't looked at these. So Isaiah 11, 1 to 9, the peaceful kingdom. A shoot shall come out of the stump of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. The Spirit of the Lord shall rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. His delight shall be in the fear of the Lord. Do you see why we're doing this instead of a psalm? Or why we're doing it here in Advent? Obviously, the root shoot out of the stump of Jesse, that's Jesse's David's father. So the house of David, the line of David, that was obviously a messianic reference here. All right, he shall not judge by what his eyes see or decide by what his ears hear, but with righteousness he shall judge the poor and decide with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he shall kill the wicked. Righteousness shall be the belt around his waist, and faithfulness the belt around his loins. The wolf shall live with the lamb, the leopard shall lie down with the kid, the calf and the lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. The cow and the bear shall graze, the young shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. The nursing child shall play over the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the adder in the adder's den. They will not hurt or destroy on all my holy mountain, for the earth will be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. It's pretty lovely there, isn't it? Number 16, 1 to 19. Oh, it's the revolt of Korath, Dathan, and Abiram. Gonna get some good names in here. Let's see how much I stumble. Now Korah, son of Izhar, son of Kohath, son of Levi, along with Dathan and Abiram, sons of Eliab, and On, son of Peleth, that's his name, O-N, son of Peleth, descendants of Reuben, took 250 Israelite men, leaders of the congregation, chosen from the assembly, well-known men, and they confronted Moses. They assembled against Moses and against Aaron and said to them, "You have gone too far. All the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. So why then do you exalt yourselves above the assembly of the Lord?" When Moses heard it, he fell on his face. Then he said to Korah and all his company, "In the morning the Lord will make known who is his and who is holy, and who will be allowed to approach him. The one whom he will choose, he will allow to approach him. Do this: take censers, Korah and all your company, and tomorrow put fire in them and lay incense on them before the Lord. And the man whom the Lord chooses shall be the Holy One. You Levites have gone too far." And then Moses said to Korah, "Hear now, you Levites. It is too little for you that the God of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel to allow you to approach him in order to perform the duty of the Lord's tabernacle and to stand before the congregation and serve them. He has allowed you to approach him, and all your brother Levites with you, yet you seek the priesthood as well. Therefore, you and all your company have gathered together against the Lord. What is Aaron that you rail against him? Moses sent for Dathan and Abiram, sons of Eliab. But they said, we will not come. Is it too little that you have brought us up out of the land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, that you must also lord it over us? It is clear that you have not brought us into a land flowing with milk and honey, or given us an inheritance of fields and vineyards. Would you put out the eyes of these men? So we will not come. And Moses was very angry and said to the Lord, pay no attention to their offering. I have not taken one donkey from them, and I have not harmed any one of them. And Moses said to Korah, as for you and all your company, be present tomorrow before the Lord, you and they and Aaron, and let each one of you take his censer and put incense on it, and each one of you also present his censer before the Lord, 250 censers. You also, and Aaron, each his censer. So each man took his censer, and they put fire in the censers and laid incense on them, and they stood at the entrance of the tent of meeting with Moses and Aaron. And then Korah assembled the whole congregation against them at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and the glory of the Lord appeared to the whole congregation. So we're going to get the rest of this continuation tomorrow. So it's got a cliffhanger today, right? So we've got the Levites who are kind of revolting against Moses and Aaron, against their leadership. So Moses has told them, hey, each of you bring your little incense burner thing with incense, and the Lord will decide who. They've all gathered together outside of the tent of meeting, which is the tabernacle, right? The portable temple. And then we fade to black. We're going to commercial. We'll come back tomorrow. Hebrews 13, 7 to 17. Remember your leaders, those who spoke the word of God to you. Consider the outcome of their way of life and imitate their faith. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. Do not be carried away by all kinds of strange teachings, for it is well for the heart to be strengthened by grace, not by regulations about food, which have not benefited those who observe them. We have an altar from which those who officiate in the tent have no right to eat. For the bodies of those animals whose blood is brought into the sanctuary by a high priest as a sacrifice for sin are burned outside the camp. Therefore, Jesus also suffered outside the city gate in order to sanctify the people by his own blood. Let us then go to him outside the camp and bear the abuse he endured. For here we have no lasting city, but we are looking for that city which is to come. Through him, then, let us continually offer a sacrifice of praise to God. That is the fruit of lips that confess his name. Do not neglect to do good and share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God. Obey your leaders and submit to them, for they are keeping watch over your souls and will give an account. Let them do this with joy and not with sighing, for that would be harmful to you. That's our daily lectionary reading for Monday, December 13th.